Hello guys, welcome to the second tutorial for Windows programming with me Kushank Arora. In this tutorial we are going to understand the basics of Windows programming and basically what is window. So to start with, let us first open our project WinProg, WinProg. Then remember to open this .cbp file, which is a project file. Open it. The code blocks will open in few seconds. For this tutorial, basically we will discuss that what is window. So for a Windows programmer, window is any little visual object which you think is adorning your screen is window. Like for example, this menu bar is a window, this title bar is a window, this is a window, this scroll bar is a window, this is a window, this thing is a window, this bar is a window, this bar is a window, everything is window. So doing in Windows programming, basically what we do is we interact with a lot of windows. Our application consists of a lot of windows and we have to interact with it. How do we interact with it? When the user basically interacts with it, like when I click here and when I press space, then the operating system, the Windows, tell my application that the user has clicked here and he has pressed space. When the applications come to know that the user has pressed the space, then the application prints there a space. That is what we think is too obvious is not basically that obvious. The application itself should do something with it. If it won't respond like that, then the work won't be accomplished. Like for example, when I click here and when I press space, the thing which happens is different. This workspace is now in blue. So the action related to the space is different when I click on different windows, when I interact with different windows. So how do the application comes to know that where has the user clicked? He comes to know by the window. My Windows 10 has told my application that the user has clicked this window and he has pressed space. When my applications comes to know that the user has pressed space, he responds to it accordingly. So for now we know basically what is window. Basically not that much. See, when I press close, this dialog box is also a window. Now interestingly, these buttons, these three are also windows. That is, they are different window. The user interacts with them. How do he interact with them? By clicking them. When the user click this cancel, the window tell my application that the user has clicked cancel. When the application comes to know that the user has clicked cancel, he returns back to the screen. So this was all window, but now I told you that the window tells my application that the user has interacted with it. How does window can interact with my application? By now we have done, like my applications interact with the window, like we were reading the files, we were writing things on computer using the windows. So we were interacting with the window, but now in Windows programming, the window is interacting with us. Window is sending us messages that the user has interacted with our application. How does this happen? This happen like window sends the message. Now basically you should know that at a moment there could be hundred of messages coming to my application. How do my application manage so much messages at a time? So for that there is a queue. The queue is common for window and my application. The window sends a message in the queue. My application reads the message from the queue and perform the task. So here comes the role of the queue. The window sends the message in the queue, our application reads the message from the queue, does the task. But this is not the only thing. The message is read from the queue. The programmer basically understands that message, see what could be done, and then he returns back the message to the window. Now what happens? When the programmer sends back the message to the window, the window now does not send the message to the queue, rather to a function. What's that mysterious function? That function is Windows procedure function. The details of the Windows procedure will be discussed in the next tutorial. For now, we know that there is a queue for messages. The window sends the messages to our application which are stored in the queue. Window basically is not basically the application, but so many parts of the application. These are basically called child windows. And messages which I was talking about, like there could be a lot of messages, like when I minimize it or maximize it, the window is sending the message to my application that the user is increasing the size of the window. So my application is changing the content. How is it changing? When I minimize it, see this thing, this is not appearing right now, but when I maximize it, it is appearing. How does it happen? It happens that when I increase the size, my application sees that is there enough space. If it has enough space, then print it. If it does not, don't print it. Now here it is hiding, but here see the size of the scroll bar is increasing and decreasing. Are you seeing the size? All this is done because my window, my operating system is telling my application that the user is minimizing and maximizing. How is the Windows telling it? With the help of messages. There could be messages like the user has maximized the window, the user has minimized the window. There could be a lot of messages. So for the tutorial, we will see how to read the messages and we will interact with them. So for this tutorial, basically it is enough, because by now we know that what is Windows and how to interact with. We don't know how to interact with it. We will see in the further tutorial how to interact with that messages and what is window procedure, what is the queue, and all that stuff. So thanks for watching this tutorial. Meet you in the next tutorial.